So what would you say is like the overall like benefit of being mindful? And is it something that then you and your husband kind of instill so they can emulate it? Or how do you kind of continue that process?
Yes, I think the most important thing is just modeling the way that you want your kids to be. When they grow up, they're gonna then, they're gonna bloom and become their own person, but just modeling the way you want them to behave, like, the golden rule, treat people the way you want to be treated. If they see me meditating or doing yoga, they're curious, so they enjoy doing it with me sometimes and they're not distracted or anything. But when it comes to kids, I think the key is finding everyday activities that kids enjoy that you can incorporate mindfulness into. For example, like we did a sensory mindful glitter jar. So this is the glitter jar that we did, and how I explained it to them, and I just found this online looking up mindful activities for kids. Nothing I invented. Don't reinvent the wheel,
Right,
So
right.
what I explained to them is the glitter is like our emotions, and when we're frustrated or angry or just irritated, we can't think or see clearly,
Mm-hmm.
glitter resembles that, our thoughts, emotions. But once the glitter, settles and go all the way to the bottom, then you can see out of the glass. So that's when we want to make our decisions, and we want to when we have clarity, we can see through and we're not like consumed with our emotions, because we're not our emotions. It's just a reaction. We don't want to just react. We want to think it over and plan it well. So what I've also read was the red could represent like when you're angry, or green can represent when you're happy. And if kids are angry, this is a good tool, a mindfulness tool to use with them. So you can say, go get your glitter jar, shake it up, and just
Mm-hmm.
come back in a second. Once the glitter falls down all the way to the bottom, that's when you come back and we can talk about it. So just giving them a
Yeah.
timeout.
I love that
Yeah.
because it's such a clear way for them to like actually like visually see something and know like, okay, it's down now. I'm kind of calmed down now. So
Yeah.
easier to
Yeah.
explain to like a toddler so that they might not understand as well.
Right, right. Something as simple as a walk. You can make that into a mindful walk. You can tell kids, like, what do you hear? What do you see? What do you smell? Just being present in that moment. Like, I see the trees, the leaves blowing, or I hear a bird, or I hear a dog. Really just embrace being present in that moment. Something as simple as blowing bubbles. Like, you could encourage kids to blow bubbles and have them think of things, that moments in the day that they are not like happy about. So bad days or bad moments in the day, you can have them blow the bubble, and once the bubble releases, then that problem or that irritation is now gone. You can
Mhm.
reset, and it's also a good tool to practice mindful breathing and conscious breaths. So blowing bubbles, which I didn't know they love bubbles so much. So when I did that, it was an easy mindfulness tool to incorporate into our practice, because they just enjoy it already. Or a gratitude practice. You can have them every day just say one thing they're grateful for, or one thing that went well that day at the end of the day. So yeah, I think it just helps children growth and well-being, and help them understand like their emotions and how to better, respond to them.